my channel, EKC People Suck. Now let me, as usual, point out how some people are sucking at the moment. Now what you're looking at here is a screenshot of a comment by Katie Joy from Without a Crystal Ball. And she's speaking to Stephanie McNeal from Glamour magazine and multiple other media outlets. But for now, she's at Glamour magazine. Because Stephanie wrote an article in which she called a lot of the people who are coming for Blake Lively, she called a lot of them mommy bloggers. And Katie took big offense to that. And Katie had some words to say on that. And here's what Katie has to say. Katie says, Stephanie, you are ignoring the point. You assume that we are all the same. We are not. We are reporting just like you. Just like you. I am a small business owner. I've never said that I'm not paid. I am reporting on a public story the same way that you are. Are you? Then at the end, she wraps this up with, most of us don't lie and don't deny we are being paid. Every media outlet using scandal and sensationalism to get clicks. You are guilty of this too. So you see, Stephanie, Katie says that you two are exactly alike. You're doing the same things for the same reasons to achieve the same goals. You guys are the same in your professions. Well, let's look into that a little bit here, shall we? To begin, let's look at Stephanie's qualifications to be an investigative journalist. Now, to begin with, here's her LinkedIn account. She is a senior editor at Glamour. She's a dynamic and accomplished reporter, editor, and writer with more than a decade of experience in digital journalism, covering internet culture, pop culture, women's issues, viral trends, and societal shifts. She has a proven track record of success in editorial leadership, content creation, and strategic storytelling. She is known for delivering compelling narratives that resonate with audiences. And she's written a book, hosted a podcast, and starred in a documentary about her reporting. Scroll on down a little farther, and we see more experience. Here's senior editor at Glamour. BuzzFeed. While at BuzzFeed, she was the senior culture writer, the deputy breaking news director, Trending News, the news editor, Trending News, the news editor at Fox News. Okay, not everyone's perfect. And for education, she's gone to the University of Southern California. She has a BA in Broadcast and Digital Journalism and International Relations. Now, if we look at over on Google Books and we look into what they say about this author for this book that she wrote, here it says Stephanie McNeal is a senior culture reporter for BuzzFeed News. She is an alumna of the University of Southern California Annenberg School of Communication and Journalism, where she received her BA in Broadcast and Digital Journalism with a double major in International Relations. She's definitely qualified to hold her positions and to, well, be a writer. Now, let's look at Katie. Now, remember, Katie says that they're just alike. They're one and the same. They're doing the same work, the same reasons. They have the same common interests and the same professionalism even. Well, let's look at Katie's qualifications for her career. Now, to begin with, you come across this PDF file here on conservancy.umn.edu, which is the booklet for the commencement of the class of 2001. So, real quick, just do a keyword search here for Mansky, because that's her maiden name. And oh, look at that, we have one. So right here, Katie Joy Mansky, Spanish. She graduated college with only one degree, mind you, not two like Stephanie did. And it was in Spanish, which nothing wrong with having a Spanish degree, but it hardly makes her the same as Stephanie in regards to the reporting aspect. Now, does it? Moving on, though, we can look at Katie's LinkedIn page. Here we have lead enrollment counselor for Capella Education Company from April 2004 to present. I don't believe she's worked there past 2014, but I digress. Managing new enrollments in the School of Undergraduate Studies. Vast understanding of many business fields and skills needed for success. So she knows what kind of skills other people need for success in their business fields. Achieved senior enrollment counselor status in July 2007 after successfully obtaining 100 20% of her enrollment goal for 5 quarters. She mentored new hires, managed team reports for referrals, provide insight and help on obtaining referrals from our learners, she says. Promoted to lead enrollment counselor after successfully achieving goal of 120% for 4 consecutive quarters. Manages the mobile leads for Capella University and works through Facebook and email to connect to enrollment counselors. Currently, the person of contact for all of Aaron's employees, I don't know what that means, have worked from home since May 2008. Okay. Before that, home mortgage consultant, possibly for Wells Fargo, whatever. And here's her education. University of Minnesota, bachelor's degree in Spanish studies. Okay. Well, perhaps she learned a lot about reporting with working with Capella for so long, right? Let's look into that. So I look up Capella University, and then here's the Wikipedia page. And it seems like there's been some controversies concerning this institution. It says in 2006, the United States Department of Education, Office of the Inspector General, began a compliance audit of Capella. OIG focused on the university's policies and procedures concerning the return of Title IV funds as required by federal law for students who failed to give official notice that they were withdrawing from the school. The OIG found that Capella made accounting mistakes in how it calculated student eligibility for government-subsidized loans, including failing to return all funds dispersed on behalf of students who dropped out before their first day of class. Capella, in a response to the audit, says it recognizes some past shortcomings before 2006 when Katie Joy worked there. I wonder if Katie Joy was part of those past shortcomings. Could that be why Katie Joy had to work from home starting 2008 on? I don't know. It says it recognized some past shortcomings in its accounting practices and has made changes to ensure that such errors are not repeated. Now, I know that this is Wikipedia, but Wikipedia is always a great place to find sources to the information you seek. So going down here, there's a lot of sources, references here, and I clicked on some of them. And here's one. So this is from Yahoo Finance. So rather than read the whole article, let's just skip right ahead to the Capella University part. And here we have, they stole my time. A 2008 lawsuit filed in the U.S. District Court for the District of Minnesota against Capella University, which recently added 2 plaintiffs, detailed the mess that some for-profit colleges were leaving students in. Students were actively recruited by Capella, owned by parent company Strategic Education Incorporated, for doctoral programs and ended up taking on thousands of dollars in student debt before experiencing significant roadblocks when they actually tried to graduate. The lawsuit alleges that this was a systematic problem across Capella University. Going to Capella was supposed to be a part of advancing my career in life. I feel like I was misled at every turn. Louis D. Weaver, an Air Force veteran from Michigan in his 50s, said on a recent press call. They made it sound like there was structure and pathway to completing their online courses with a reasonable time frame and at a reasonable cost. But I faced roadblocks at every turn. And every time things slowed down, it cost me more and more money. D. Weaver said that when he joined the class action suit, the university tried to kick him out of the program. He ended up withdrawing after 2.5 years with $50,000 in student loan debt and no degree. And they stole something else from me. They stole my time, he added. At my age, I wanted to earn my degree in a time frame. I lost a lot of time and money on the dead-end street of Capella University. I would hate to see other vets who are having a tough time during this coronavirus economy suffer at the hands of Capella. Capella University dismissed the lawsuit, stating that it is without merit and that the court has already dismissed 40 of the 45 legal claims and 8 out of 9 plaintiffs. Further on down the article, it says, the truth is, this for-profit money machine already rakes in hundreds of millions of dollars in U.S. education funds from victimized vets and other students. Capella last surfed the wave of the Great Recession in 2008 and 2009 to make huge profits. Now it is poised to do the same thing a dozen years later. Wow. In 2016, the New York Fed noted that enrollment at these schools had skyrocketed as the country emerged out of the Great Recession. Debt levels rose as well as students graduating from for-profit institutions generally hold far higher levels of debt than those attending other institutions. Career colleges must be a stepping stone to the middle class, former U.S. Secretary of Education said in a press release in 2014, but too many hardworking students find themselves buried in debt with little to show for it. That is simply unacceptable. These regulations are a necessary step to ensure that colleges accepting federal funds protect students, cut costs, and improve outcomes. We will continue to take action as needed. When clicking on another reference for the Wikipedia article on Capella, this is what it brings me to. And here it says, Newsblog, higher education news from around the web. March 12, 2008. Capella University overcharged student lenders $588,000 out of fines. Capella University, an online for-profit institution based in Minneapolis, could be asked by the U.S. Education Department to repay more than $500,000 in student aid money. The department's Inspector General has issued an audit in which it contends that the university overcharged lenders participating in the federal guaranteed student loan program and the department itself by a total of $588,000. The Inspector General says Capella made a series of mistakes in how it calculates student eligibility for government-subsidized loans, including failing to return all funds disbursed on behalf of students who dropped out before their first day of class. The university, in a written response, says it recognizes some past shortcomings in its methods and suggests it overcharged lenders by a total of $278,883. Capella also says it has made changes to prevent such problems in the future. The Inspector General disagrees with some of the university's assertions, suggesting in a report to the department that Capella be asked to make further changes, including conducting eligibility checks on its students before it requests federal funds, not afterward. Okay. Then on another link here that I clicked on the Wikipedia article concerning Capella, I come across this article. So this screen capture I have here from the Wayback Machine regarding this article is from Thursday, May 26, 2022. And in it, the headline says, Capella University settles lawsuit over time, cost to earn degree. So the article we were just reading, they turned out to have lost their lawsuit, or they settled the lawsuit rather, which is kind of a loss, I think. One part that really caught my attention here was when it said, because the doctoral programs were mostly online, students were isolated from their peers, unable to see whether others faced the same challenges. Instead, the students would assume it was just them and continue a fight they could not win. The allegations focused on recruiting emails, web chats, and phone calls, claiming that the typical or average student completes their program in a certain amount of time, when in reality, Capella knew most of its students never graduate. Capella argued those marketing claims about time to a degree should not be interpreted as statements about its graduation rates, but two judges disagreed. Quote, common sense leads the court to conclude that a representation that the average or typical doctoral student completes a program in a certain amount of time is a representation that the average or typical doctoral student actually graduates from their program. Otherwise, how would she ever complete the program? So it sounds like to me, Katie and Stephanie are in fact not one and the same. Stephanie went to school for journalism and even international relations and achieved her degrees, much unlike the people Katie recruited for Capella University. And she now works in her field still after more than a decade. She's worked in numerous media outlets, and she's even reported on things herself. So here we have Katie, who has a degree in Spanish, but she doesn't report in Spanish. She reports in English. And her past experience has been working as a predatory loan recruiter for student loans. And she did this to make a commission, to earn money to like buy her McMansion while she ran fundraisers to have people pay for her bills. So she didn't have to cash in her 401k. You lose that, you know? And I can't help but to wonder how many people, how many single mothers, how many vets Katie has nudged into bankruptcy for that McMansion of hers. So it would appear that Katie Joy is yet again wrong, factually wrong, in my opinion. It turns out she is nothing like Stephanie, And Stephanie is nothing like her. Thanks for watching.